Hey guys, it's Fishing the B&W here, and I just wanted to talk to you about a few things you can do to modify and repurpose your Berkley Havoc Devil Spears. One thing that Mike Iaconelli has already told you guys to do if you've seen his videos is use it as a swim bait. So what he does is he actually takes the tail, cuts it down the middle so that it has that flapping action when it's swimming. And there's different ways you can rig it, but I have it rigged here on this is a Gamakatsu weighted Superline spring lock hook. This is in a 1/4 ounce and it's a 5/0 hook, and basically what I have is I threaded it onto the screw lock keeper, and then one thing you want to make sure to do is to get it on there straight. So before you thread it on your hook, line it up with some plastic, maybe you want to pinch where it's supposed to go through and then thread it on there. So that's one thing you can do with the Devil Spear, is you can double it as a swim bait. Two things that I did just out of pure boredom and the fact that these are only $2.99 a pack, so that if you mess with them and destroy them, you're not really losing too much money. So one thing I did is, what some of the other pros have done is they've just taken the Devil Spear, cut part of it off, and use it as a jig trailer just as is. I wanted to do something a little bit different, so as you can see, I cut a bunch of it off. I cut most of it off, but one thing I did is I took a box cutter and I cut a slit out of the center of it. So now these two legs are completely free. They can wobble, independently, and they'll just have they'll have more action. You could probably use this as a regular jig trailer, maybe even a swim jig trailer. So we'll see how it looks right here. So I cut this pretty small. I mean, there's no official name for it, but I'm just gonna nickname it the Devil Chunk. And this right here is a 1/4 ounce Strike King Bitsy flip jig. So let's see how it looks on here as a little trailer. Get that out of the way. Put it on there. Let's get the screw out. Alright, so there you have it. So the black and blue of the Devil Spear pretty much matches pretty well with the jig. So if you look at it, okay, it's actually focusing. So if you look at it, I just cut a straight slit out of there to make these legs, flap independent. They're not going to really stick together. So, as a finesse tactic, especially in colder water, I'm hoping this is going to work pretty well. The other thing that I wanted to try is, they mentioned using it as a drop shot bait, but if you use a full-size Devil Spear as a drop shot bait, that's kind of like it's a fatter and bigger, more, just more dense, bulky type of drop shot bait. When I drop shot, I like to use smaller finesse baits. So what I did was, I took the Devil Spear, I actually cut down both sides, and then and if you look at it this way, I probably cut off about half the meat that way. And what I came up with is this right here. So if you look at it from the side profile, I mean, so once it's in the water and you're twitching your rod, that tail is just going to go crazy in the water. So I figured I would rig it this way so that it kind of has like a bit of a head, and pretty much you see that basically sliced off meat from the sides and the top of it. So if you look at it this way, it kind of has like a belly, like shad profile, but it has this crazy tail. It's going to have a lot of action in the water. So the next time I actually go out fishing and drop shotting, maybe I'll try to have like a little demo video of this, and I'm just going to nickname this the Devil Shad. So again, you guys can always mess with your plastics. You can modify it, see if you can get it to work for you. I mean, this looks rough, but I think the tail action in the water is just going to trigger some massive bites. So again, you could use the Devil Spear. I mean, you guys can try it just how it is on drop shot. Let me know how it works for you. I just don't want to try it because it's a big bulky bait, and if the fish isn't going to take the whole thing, you're probably just going to have a lot of missed hookups. So there's that, and you can modify it. Cut the center out. Maybe even just, if you're lazy, just cut the middle. But like this, it'll have more action. So you can double as a jig trailer, and like everyone already knows, you can use it as a swim bait. So the Devil Spear, in my book, is a really versatile bait. You can repurpose it, and You know, I've heard a lot of good things about it. You've seen people catching stuff on it, and hopefully this spring, which isn't too far away, but it seems like far away, I can start catching fish. And I'm hoping the Devil Spear is going to be a game changer. Hopefully it's going to produce a lot of fish along with the other Havoc products. Alright guys, see you later.